Now that XRP has won their case against the SEC, can it finally become the backbone of the global financial system like many fans claim? What are the biggest catalysts coming to XRP in the next bull run? And how high can XRP price go in the next few years? Welcome back to the Virtual Bacon channel. My name is Dennis. I'm a crypto angel investor for the past 5 years and I have invested in over 100 companies. On this channel, I share my views on the market trends and investing strategy to build wealth in crypto. XRP has undoubtedly been one of the most resilient cryptos in the entire industry. And throughout its lifespan, it has had a fanatic fan base, but also major controversies like its centralization problems. But now with the court's ruling behind us, I think the fundamentals of XRP is at a great spot to flourish in the next cycle. So in today's video, let's set the record straight with an unbiased analysis on the future of XRP. I will dive into the effects of XRP's win over the SEC, the latest technology adoption of XRP, the tokenomics and centralization worries, and I'll also give you my price prediction for XRP by the year 2025. Don't forget to smash the like button to help others find this video, and while you're here, make sure to subscribe for the latest crypto updates. Now let's get into it. The XRP lawsuit was the biggest lawsuit in the history of crypto and one that the entire industry had been keeping an eye on since the end of 2020. This lawsuit wasn't just impacting XRP but the entire industry because the SEC is trying to use this case as a legal framework to classify all cryptos other than Bitcoin as a security. Gary Gensler has compared crypto to the Wild West that's riddled with scams and claims he's trying to gain control over crypto to protect the average investor. But many will argue that the SEC doesn't actually care about the average investor at all. Instead, they're just trying to take power from the crypto industry and give it to their friends in the government and on Wall Street. But perhaps the worst part about the SEC is that they've tried to enforce legislation through litigation and sue different crypto projects for violating security laws, even though they never provided guidance in the first place. And that's why this win was such a big deal for XRP going into the next cycle. The judge ruled in favor of XRP and concluded that XRP tokens listed on exchanges for trading wasn't considered an investment contract and therefore wasn't a security. And here's the official ruling. More importantly, the judge stated that XRP token itself is not a security, but rather a digital token. This makes XRP one of the only few cryptos that has clearly received regulatory guidance, the only other two being Bitcoin and Ethereum. Keep in mind that the lawsuit wasn't a complete win for Ripple. The judge did rule that XRP violated securities laws by selling XRP to their institutional investors. This means that even though the XRP token itself is safe, Ripple could be on the hook to pay back as much as $700 million in sales proceeds. So while the ruling is favorable for XRP, this case will still be playing out in court for the foreseeable future. If you want to see a full breakdown of the XRP lawsuit, check out my live stream from July where we covered everything in depth. In the short term, we've already seen some drastic changes since the ruling. We immediately saw XRP relisted on US exchanges such as Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, and Crypto.com. Eventually, all US exchanges will likely list XRP back for trading. And now that XRP has clear regulatory standing, US crypto investors can freely access XRP and won't have to worry about violating security laws. We also saw most of the crypto index funds and institutional players that have to liquidate their XRP positions back in 2020. These include the likes of 21 Shares, Bitwise, Crosstower, Jump Trading, Galaxy Digital, etc. So these institutions will likely be buying back into XRP in the near future in order to offer the XRP products again. Another bullish potential for XRP is the adoption from traditional fintech apps. Consider platforms like Robinhood, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. These platforms are super careful with the cryptocurrencies they support, as they are fully regulated in the US. This is why most of them only list the safest legacy coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin and Ethereum have clearly been classified as not securities, and by extension, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are also close enough being forks of Bitcoin. Consider now that XRP has joined the ranks of cryptos with regulatory clarity and how XRP has been trading since 2014 with a super long stable history. I wouldn't be surprised to see XRP join the list of coins that are widely supported in the retail financial apps in the US. Moving on to the fundamental adoption of XRP, we have to talk about ISO 20022. This is a new messaging standard that XRP already supports, and it is being adopted around the world by banks and financial institutions to communicate with each other. ISO 20022 is confirmed to be replacing the old MT standard set by SWIFT. If you have ever sent money abroad, you would have needed a SWIFT code of your receiving bank. This legacy system is going away. However, ISO 20022 is not an overarching network, but rather just a messaging protocol. This means any payment network can choose to support it. So far, there are 8 cryptocurrency networks that are compliant with ISO 20022. They are XRP, Quant, Stellar, Hedera, IOTA, XDC, Algorand, and Cardano. This is a large reason why we saw XDC, XLM, and related coins all explode in price after the XRP lawsuit victory. In the past 2 crypto cycles, Ripple and XRP have tried super hard to push the adoption of a new global payment system to replace the old SWIFT network. But it was always an uphill battle because XRP was trying to uproot an entire financial system and onboard it to their own network. However, in 2023 and beyond, the situation has completely changed. The global financial system has fully agreed to adopt the ISO 20022 standard. More than 70 countries are already using it in their payment systems today. The Euro and Pound payment systems have already migrated to ISO 20022 last year. And in 2024, the US will also fully support this through a big bang shift. And we have already seen this launch with the FedNOW system, which does support ISO 20022. The estimate is that by 2025, all financial institutions will have to be able to process ISO 20022 compliant payment transactions. So Ripple and XRP no longer have to convince individual players to use their system. If any institution wants to use XRP for settling transactions, they can easily support it as it is already compliant with ISO 20022. Does that mean all banks will run on the XRP ledger and use XRP for settlement? No. That is a myth. Don't believe that when someone tells you. There are many other payment technologies that support ISO 20022, such as Stellar, XDC, FedNow, or even the new version of SWIFT. However, the adoption of these crypto-based payment networks is 100 times easier in 2024 than in the last cycle back in 2017. That's bullish for XRP, no doubt. For more details on other payment coins on the standard and how they relate to the FedNow payment system, check out my live stream on the FedNow release, link is in the description. Now let's look at why countries and banks may want to adopt a payment crypto like XRP. There are 2 steps to establish a new financial system across the globe. First, all countries will need a fundamental payments network like FedNow to connect its financial institutions. In the US, most banks and payment providers are expected to support FedNow in the next couple years. This will make all transactions settled instantly 24/7. In China, this is dominated by WeChat and Alipay, 2 payment apps that every Chinese person uses. And these are directly connected to their bank accounts. It's clear that across the globe, people are no longer happy with having to wait 3 days for a bank transfer to arrive. So many more countries will shift to an instant settlement network over the next few years. This is the first area which Ripple and XRP can see adoption. It's a battle-tested solution that is easy to adopt for any financial institution. And it has the same benefits like cost savings, instant settlement, and 24/7 365 online. The second step for countries will be to move towards a CBDC, or central bank digital currency. We have already seen the Chinese CBDC in every citizen's phones for more than 2 years. Just like how they are used to the QR code-based system of WeChat, they now have a CBDC app that directly connects them to the central bank. Everyone can send this digital yuan around by scanning someone else's QR code. The US will not wait much longer. They have said that the FedNow system is designed to be capable of supporting a digital currency. They will want to stay ahead of the adoption curve in order to keep the USD strong against the yuan in the global adoption space. And if they don't do so, other USD-based crypto stablecoins will also become more and more dominant. This is the second area that XRP can shine in. For any country that wants to issue a CBDC but does not have the technical capabilities, the XRP ledger is the perfect place for this. They can connect all their banks to the ledger and easily issue CBDC tokens on the network using smart contracts. The XRP ledger even has a EVM-compatible sidechain in test right now, which will eventually make it support the battle-tested token frameworks of Ethereum. The final step in the global financial reset is a potential pushback against CBDCs. If any country does not want to adopt CBDC and track all their citizens, it gives them even more reason to adopt a blockchain-based system like XRP. In order to maintain the sovereignty of money while still upgrading to an instant settlement network, progressive countries will need a transparent payment network that can support both existing financial institutions at scale, but also tokenize hard assets like Bitcoin and gold. The XRP ledger could be used to create a good compromise between CBDC and a user-owned currency. Also, consider the power dynamic that these payment rails will have in the world. Nations that heavily rely on the US dollar for trade might just onboard to the FedNOW system. Similarly, friend countries of China and users of the yuan might want to adopt the Chinese payment apps. The EU will obviously have something of its own. This will form clusters of payment networks with their own dominant CBDCs. Other nations left out of the mix will need to adopt more neutral and global systems and assets, and there is nothing more neutral than a decentralized blockchain network like the XRP ledger that can support any asset. I have long been a skeptic of Ripple and XRP being used in bank payments and issuing national currencies. This all sounded like a pipe dream back in 2017. Why would nations adopt this with so much risk involved? But now in 2023 and beyond, the tides have shifted. It is a race to get ahead in the global financial reset. Banks, currencies, and even card payments are quickly going out of fashion, and XRP does present an attractive solution. It is natively built for bank settlements, digital payments, and CBDCs, and it is much more decentralized and neutral than state-backed networks like the FedNOW. Obviously, the superpowers like US, China, and the EU wouldn't migrate to XRP, but I wouldn't be surprised to see at least a handful of smaller nations connect their banks to XRP and issue CBDCs on it by the year 2025. The Republic of Palau and Colombia have both started the pilot programs using XRP for their CBDCs. I'm also making an in-depth video on the global CBDC landscape. If you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe to not miss it. Before we get to the price predictions, let's also quickly address the biggest issue people have against XRP, which is its centralization. There are two vectors of XRP that can be considered centralized. First is the blockchain consensus protocol. XRP doesn't use proof of work or proof of stake to secure transactions. Instead, they use something called XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol. This helps them achieve consensus using a unique node list. It is a set of nodes that a network chooses as participating validators. They are expected to behave honestly most of the time. These nodes are verified and vetted by the XRP network, and thus they can skip the mining and staking and instead just let these trusted parties vote on which transactions to include in the blockchain. Simply put, they compare blocks every 3 to 6 seconds, and if there is an 80% majority, the consensus is achieved and the transactions are included. Now, this is obviously more centralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it is a relatively common protocol in the crypto space. There is a consensus protocol called Proof of Authority, which runs exactly like the process in XRP. And many prominent Layer 1 blockchains already use this, including VeChain, Kronos Chain, Tomo Chain, and even the BNB chain uses a hybrid version called Proof of Staked Authority. So I wouldn't call this consensus mechanism completely centralized. It highly depends on how many validators are in the network and if they are separate entities that cannot collude. Today, there are around 120 validators on the XRP network, and I think this is fair considering BNB chain only has 50 validators or so that are also chosen by them. The second point of centralization is with the XRP token supply. So let's get into the tokenomics. XRP's token supply is capped at 100 billion, and all of the supply was pre-mined back in 2012. Ripple Labs had full discretion to choose who to give these tokens to. Today, there are 53 billion tokens in the circulating supply. 5.5% is held by Ripple Labs, and another 41.9% is held by this escrow account, which is also controlled by Ripple. The fear is that this large supply controlled by Ripple can be eventually unlocked and sold. However, I gotta give it to the Ripple team because they have shown a strong commitment to not sell their tokens. You see, this escrow account was first created in 2018 with the goal of controlling the sell pressure of Ripple's share of XRP tokens. Only a small portion can be released each month, and the whole escrow account was supposed to be emptied out after 55 months by July of 2022. However, Ripple has actually relocked 70 to 80% of all the XRP that's unlocked every month. Even though they could take out 1 billion tokens every month, they haven't been doing this, but rather only 200 to 300 million tokens are coming to the market every month. This is the reason why there's still 42 billions held in escrow today. I have long feared that XRP would be dumped to the ground by Ripple Labs in the past 5 years because of this escrow system, but it really does look like Ripple team is in this for the long term. Do keep in mind that how much XRP is chosen to be unlocked is not clear every month. While there are transparency reports, the actual numbers can increase to 1 billion per month or decrease to 0 per month depending on Ripple Labs' choice. As long as we can get a clear tokenomics that shows the supply will only release over a super long 10-year time frame, XRP can easily pump in the next cycle and get rid of all the uncertainty around a potential supply boom. To find these in-depth information like token distribution and release schedule, I use CoinGecko and Token Unlocks. You can learn how to use these platforms in my crypto research tools video, which is also linked in the description. Finally, let's look at the numbers and my price predictions. First, we have to figure out how big the circulating supply will be for XRP in the next cycle. Looking back into the last 5 years, a total of 13.8 billion XRP has been released since the start of the escrow account. This averages to around 200 million XRP tokens released every month. Assuming the release rate stays the same, by mid-2025, let's say 24 months from now, there will be another 4.8 billion XRP tokens released to the supply. That means around the peak of the next bull run in 2025, XRP would have a circulating supply of 57.4 billion. Now let's look at the historical price. XRP's all-time high was around $3.35 back in 2018, and the all-time high market cap was $130 billion. I will use this market cap number as my conservative target and assume that XRP will hit a new all-time high this cycle. The fundamental adoption of XRP has been steadily increasing for the past 5 years. The global landscape is also dramatically different, and everyone will want a digital settlement network and a CBDC. And don't forget that XRP is now one of the only few cryptos with regulatory clarity after the lawsuit win, alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum. So my lower estimate is a 2x target above the previous all-time high, which is $260 billion. Dividing this by the supply number of 57.4 billion, that gives a lower XRP prediction price of $4.5. For my optimistic target, I can compare it to the largest financial companies in the world, which right now is Visa, value at $500 billion. Assuming Ripple continues to invest all their efforts in the success of the XRP token, a $500 billion market cap could maybe be achieved in the best case scenario, where the network becomes the most valuable payment network in the world. With a market cap of $500 billion, same as Visa, that gives XRP a upper price target of around $9 per coin. So there you have it. My price prediction for XRP by the next bull run peak in 2025 is between $4.50 and $9. Let me know what you think about this price prediction. Am I too bullish or too bearish? I truly believe XRP will make a new all-time high in the next bull run. XRP is one of the few coins that has not made a new all-time high in the last cycle. This means it has first gone through 3 years of bear market back in 2018, and then another 3 years of surprise price action by the SEC lawsuit. So the stage is set for XRP to make a major comeback in the next cycle. One last note, if Ripple decides to IPO like many people are speculating, then I believe this actually will be bearish for the XRP token itself, since the investor interest and company resources will be split between two public markets. In this case, my price targets will likely also be halved. On the flip side, I don't believe XRP can hit $100 plus like some fanatic channels claim. At $100 per coin, the total market cap of XRP would be $10 trillion. This would give Ripple Labs $4 trillion of assets on its balance sheet, since they hold 40% of the total supply. In comparison, Apple, the largest company in the world, is only valued at $3 trillion. Maybe this can change if Ripple burns all their tokens and truly makes the token supply decentralized, but I fail to see why they would light money on fire. Okay, that wraps up today's video. If you have any more questions about XRP, I hop on a YouTube livestream Q&A every Monday, so subscribe and turn on notifications to join the next show. Also follow me on Twitter X at virtualbacon0x. I drop a lot of unfiltered crypto alpha that are too quick for these in-depth videos. Lastly, if you want more crypto insights, check out our free newsletter on virtualbacon.com with over 13,000 friendly readers. I publish a market summary piece every week with the most important news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.